Hi, my name is Henrike Lode. I am the founder and artist at Lohika APS, and I have a question for everyone. Do you have children who go to school? Do you remember what it was like going to school? What is the one thing that most people complain about? School is boring. It's repetitive. It has no relevance to your lives, what you learn, and learning will never be fun. And let me tell you about one skill that we really need to teach our children, and only 1 out of 10 schools in the US is actually teaching it. It's programming. Don't just listen to me, listen to Steve. Soon everybody will need to use computers in their daily lives, in their jobs. We need to be able to communicate with programmers, and we need to be able to understand what they're doing. And why is it so hard to teach programming? Because we have a very high dropout rate because it's very abstract skill. It's a lot of code and math and all those boring things. So these are some of the challenges that we are trying to address. We are Lohika APS. We make good educational games. We don't make edutainment. We don't make gamification. We have a strong background in game design and programming, and we have developed a unique approach. We transform the learning content into interesting game mechanics. We hide the learning purpose with a compelling story, with high quality graphics and with soundscape. And with this approach, we can fundamentally change the way the world learns. And this is Machineers, our first product that we've developed as a joint master thesis for production for a year. Looks and feels like any other fun puzzle adventure. You build and fix machines in a story-driven universe. However, under the hood, Machineers secretly introduces programming concepts and digital literacy to children from as young as 8 years. As you can see, learning doesn't have to be boring. After completing Machineers, our players are equipped with problem-solving techniques, they trained their logical thinking, they have adopted the mindset of an engineer. These guys are ready to become programmers. So we're going to develop a website where teachers can monitor and compare their students' progress via a unique web portal. They can examine and rate the machines that the children build. They can look right into what they're doing at the moment. And they can feed performative feedback back into the game, my favorite feature. The students can use this platform to share the machines they build and help each other learn. So far we have received 2 awards for Machineers, one from the industry, the world's largest modeling, simulation and training conference in Florida, and the second one from the academia, actually just 2 weeks ago, the conference on human factors in computing science in Paris. We are planning to collaborate with pioneering schools who are teaching programming to younger kids and who are open to use games in learning. And we have researchers lined up in Copenhagen and in Berlin who want to do some research with their PhD with their students and help us gather scientific data, because this is crucial right now that we prove that our success actually works. The schools are going to be able to use our game for free during the beta phase. And together we're gonna hopefully establish a price point. Machineers is only the first of a series of games that we're going to develop. We're all trying to focus on the STEM education. We want to offer our games in a very affordable price range to reach as many people as possible. Not completely decided if we want to target exactly the schools for the paying or have a free model for the schools and have the parents pay for the app. We will see. And currently, the education expense per student per year are $13,000 US, with a projected average revenue per user per year of $10. The total addressable market is 500 million from the US alone, so far the research. Within 6 months, we can run a pilot program with a series of double-blind tests with 15 schools in Denmark, at least that's what our aim is, in order to prove our concept. At the moment, it is a little too early for us, 4-month-old company, to do a proper valuation. So this is the reason why we're asking for 50,000 euros to establish a marketing strategy, establish our sales channels, and develop a sellable product. And this is why it is in convertible debt with a 30% discount. There will have to be future funding, of course, but the crucial point is the proof of concept at this moment. Thank you very much for your time.
Somebody else coming in on the time. Great.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? Sure. Okay. So the US market, You can't decide whether you want to market to the schools or the parents. May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
The answer is neither.
Okay.
You're marketing to school districts.
Yes.
You're a curricula. You are part of a curricula. You need neither the children or the parents are relevant. In the US, there's some 25,000 separate decision-making bodies, each of whom decides on curricula. It's the most fragmented education market in the world. That's good, not bad. That means it's fantastic because it gives you 25,000 opportunities to win. In the UK, there's one. It's a national curriculum. So when you're going to the US, I think it's brilliant that you're going to the US, but children and parents aren't relevant. School districts are relevant, and you need to win a curricular battle. Win a curricular battle, and you can go quite far. Yeah, there's a lot about your presentation that's very impressive. But just focusing on the thing that caught my attention is if you're talking the US, then you're talking about being part of curricula, which means, by the way, there's other stuff to build, isn't there? There's teachers' notes, there's learning outcomes, there's specific stuff. Have you seen the Khan Academy website?
Again?
Khan Academy, K-H-A-N. Most important website if you're interested in education in the world. It's a series of short-form video tutorials based on a knowledge map that has taught 6 million people in the last 36 months how to do math. It is one of the most important education things going on. You do this as well as they do, and therefore you could be as important as they are.
The other thing is, have you heard of the whole Coder Dojo movement?
Again?
Coder Dojo. It's
not sure.
basically where loads of kids come together in schools and community centres and different places, and they're taught how to code by mentors. And this Coder Dojo concept originated in Ireland, and it's basically gone global now. So basically, you are tapping into that Coder Dojo thing that's happening in schools right now, all across Europe and the States. I'm not sure it's called something else in the States, but it's a very similar concept. It's exactly the same concept. And for Coder Dojo, the only 2 rules is, well, only one: be cool. You know, so like, how cool is that? You code and you're cool. You know, so I think you're onto something really nice here, and I have to say that was a really confident presentation. Really well done.
Actually, while I'm monopolizing the mic, the UK as well is going through a once-in-a-generation redo of their entire curriculum. For the last 15 years, they've been teaching students how to become consumers of computers. They teach them Word and PowerPoint. There is a complete rehaul of the national curriculum going on as we speak to teach them to code. Therefore, your customer in the UK is not the national curricula, it's the people who sell to the national curricula, which are the large learning publishers. You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to sell to them today.
Particularly because the opportunity is so clear. I guess everybody sees how big this can be. Two pieces of feedback, basically. First, I think it's not only the first-tier markets that are so interesting. The US obviously is a big business opportunity, but you can make a much bigger impact, I think, in South America, Eastern Europe, and especially Africa as well. A friend of mine was just in Africa for a year, and she was a computer science teacher. She was chased after school, positively chased, to give additional lessons. There are buses driving around small villages with computers in and small courses. So if you can get to these organizations, you can really have huge impact. The second thing is, there is so many in the educational space and aimed at younger children right now that you have to be really fast. So after the 50K proof of concept initial stage, which is basically pre-seed even, which is friend and family or bootstrapping, then you need to raise enough to really be fast on all levels, internationally, product development, and building gates so that competitors cannot come in later and try to press you out, basically.
So, I mean, it was a lovely presentation. It should be no doubt that there are an awful lot of people chasing this same market. And, I think I was slightly concerned by you getting what seemed to be almost bogged down in kind of academic, double-blind proof that this does or doesn't work. I think everyone knows that using entertainment to teach children things that they don't want to just sit and learn by rote is a winner. Right? You don't need to prove that.
But not every educational game is actually a good game that children like and
No,
teachers.
Absolutely. So I was going on to say that I think proving that there is a market there and proving that there is an opportunity there is not difficult. I think what is is going to be difficult is to prove that you've got games that people want to buy and play, because there will be a lot of people producing competing games, and ultimately the games have to be fun, because the kids will be given lots of opportunity to play learning games.
Okay.
Is it just online right now?
We have a demo that you can download for PC and Mac, and I have my iPad with me where you can play it too. Yeah, so we would develop it with Unity. We can technically target any platform.
How big is the team?
6 people.
Based where?
Copenhagen.
Okay. And how are you funding it now?
Are we funding it?
Yeah.
Actually, we received a fund from the Danish Film Institute that we're working on. We have developed the first chapter of a 5-chapter game, or like episode. The funding will be enough to finish the second one until fall.
Okay.
Why did you want to go for a convertible for the first 50k? That seemed like a really complicated model to have a convertible loan for 50k.
To be honest,
To do it properly, you need to spend half of that on lawyers. So.
Somebody gave you that advice.
Yes.
Tell them
Yeah.
to go away.
It's
Well, anyways, the reason they did it is because you don't want to give up so much equity in your early value, and there's no knowing the value. That's all bullshit. You just have to take a stake, sell a stake, and move on.
Okay.
You can tell us.
See what he said. When you get your proof of concept, go after big vision, think big.
Thank you very much.
That's very good.